Greetings ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Adrian here, welcome back to the channel. And for all LOTRO players, there's some good news. Only a few hours ago, the producer's letter for 2018 has been revealed by Severalin, detailing what's coming to the game in the year ahead. It feels like deja vu because I covered the 2017 producer's letter in only January of this year. So that's two producer's letter in 1 year. That's cool, better early than late I suppose. So it's a pretty lengthy letter and I'll break it down for you guys in brief. Let's begin with new content. 2018 will focus on the continuation of the Black Book of Mordor plot, which will take us to Northern Mirkwood for Update 22. The letter says that SSG are already developing the region and will get to step foot in Thranduil's Court, Dale, Lake Town, and Erebor. That's exciting to hear. In my case, I've been looking forward to seeing these places in game for a very long time. We briefly got a glimpse of some of these areas in the past, but those were through instances and raids when the Hobbit movies were in full swing. And if you've played through Mordor, you'll know all about the Black Book. It's a separate narrative from the regional story arcs that gets to explore new stories, the lore, and events that doesn't necessarily have to do with the One Ring, our beloved Dark Lord Sauron and Mordor. Therefore, I do like the idea of catching up with places like Lake Town and Erebor to see how recent events have impacted these places and what stories might come from that. The letter also hints about a rune storyline in Update 22, and we'll have to wait and see what that's all about. Now, what's unclear is whether or not this is going to be a purchasable quest pack or a standalone series of Black Book quests which will be free. If I were to guess, it should be a quest pack that you'll have to buy if you're not a subscriber. That makes more sense because new regions cost money to make. If it ends up free, I'll eat my cap. But before the new year, endgamers are getting a new raid called the Abyss of Mordath. My raiding days are over, but this raid sounds good because it wraps up the Dor Armarth storyline involving that ungrateful piece of shit Dwarf King that stabbed Gimli and I in the back. That's how good that storyline was because I'm still upset about what happened in those quests. So if you feel the same way, this raid sounds like it's got the narrative payoff and most probably the payback that you crave. So it's got 3 new boss encounters and new loot, including best-in slot gear and housing items. What the letter fails to mention is that you can also probably get them from loot boxes in the future with keys. Is that too soon? Alright, let's move on to the second half of the letter now, focusing on features, updates, and new additions to the game for 2018. The big one to pay attention to is the improvements SSG plans to make to systems like class skills and power through the legendary items system. This is where I'm not sure if I should be excited or a little worried because this part of the game have caused a lot of controversy in the past for players, and you can make a case that these systems are okay the way they are or that they are in a poor state and definitely need some tweaks. For me, personally, the ally system after imbuement is a lot better than before because it grows with you now and you don't need to mess with it once you've got your favorite legacies and runes in there, and you only just level it up and grind for empowerment scrolls and starlit crystals whenever a new cap comes along. But now when I hear that they're looking at ways to tie this in further to your character's growth, the first thing that comes to my mind is that we're going to be looking at another grind on top of things we already have for character improvement, like the Essence system prior to Mordor, and now of course the Ash or Light of Elendil grind for gear. It could also be something that requires players to visit the store to progress faster, maybe. With the current direction that SSG seems to be going with, who knows? I don't know. It's too soon to tell until we get more information about how this impacts our character and progression moving forward, so stay tuned for that. Moving on, 2018 will also see an update for Hobbit and Dwarf models, which is great. We've already got them for humans and elves. There's going to be a new music instrument, the fiddle, which should excite you LOTRO rockstars out there. And from a fan service perspective, it appears we'll get to check out Minas Morgul in Update 23 and check in on Shelob, and there's even talk of Aragorn and Arwen's wedding at a later date. These are just the major highlights you want to be aware of. There's a bunch more stuff in the letter concerning updates and changes to festivals and the anniversary, and you can read all about that in the letter. I put the link in the boxes below. So let's wrap things up here with some final thoughts. Overall, pretty decent news, especially about exploring the new regions in Update 22. Anytime the game announces new content for the year ahead, I take that positively. As for improvements to stuff like the legendary item system, I'm still on the fence about that because I think there are a lot more systems in game that needs looking at first, especially concerning obsolete mechanics and older grinds that have no use for Mordor and beyond, and a whole lot more. Content-wise, let's hope it's a quality, beefy one with staying power. Alrighty, enough about what I think. What do you think? Are you excited about Update 22 and beyond next year? Do you think the ally system needs improving? And finally, what would you like to see happen in LOTRO in 2018? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy my content, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more on LOTRO and MMOs. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching. Hey, welcome to the end screen. If you've made it this far, it means you've watched the entire video, and I thank you very much for that. If you want to watch more videos, you can click on the cards at the bottom here. Anyone will do. And if you like my content, you can subscribe to the channel by hitting the big round button down here. See you guys in the next video.